Hi there! Smartwatches are so many these days, and here's another kids watch with GPS tracking support. On top of that, supports 4G networks for faster connectivity, and on theory has really good hardware. But is that good enough? Let's review the $130 Laxcido 4G and find that out. Hello my dear friends, it's Michael speaking and I'm pleased to welcome you to the channel. Great to meet you again if you're following what we review here often, and nice to meet you if it's your first visit around. On the Tech4All YouTube channel we inspect cool tech. I was asked to review the watch by Laxcido themselves. I'm not paid to make this video, and everything that would be said is based on around a month and a half of active usage. In terms of pricing, the device costs $136.99 on Amazon right now, and on the official Laxcido website has about the same price and packs quite many good features. If you really want a device that ticks almost all boxes for support of fancy features, maybe you should consider it. I think price is rather reasonable, and it is only $20 more than the Explorer Go edition, which I've recently reviewed, and has perhaps just half of these features. Thing is that sometimes having too many options could feel too overwhelming, and when it comes to kits, simplicity and reliability are the leading elements, at least in my opinion. So let's get started with the unboxing. Actually, here's the first thing I would suggest to be improved: having more color options, because blue and pink are somehow always the sanitary minimum. Having green or orange, yellow, that could be much more fun and better. A nice box, pretty easy to guess what is on the inside. The watch is very plastic, and note what I'm saying because we will get back to this in a moment. The top side is for the excellent 1.4-inch touchscreen. It is LCD, resolution is unknown, but it's pretty good looking and can be very bright on sunny days. Unfortunately, there seems to be no ambient sensor, so you set the brightness manually. The best thing about the watch is the band. I really like the texture, very soft, very gentle to the skin. On the back side, there's only the back cover, nothing interesting over here. On the sides, there's an LED, which can be used as a torch, a single button, and on the other side there's a slot for the SIM card. It requires NANO SIM, supports a wide variety of frequencies, and know that most of the 4G bands supported are covering the most popular bands used by the telecoms in the United States. It also supports 2G and 3G connectivity. And I forgot to mention that there's a camera, so yeah, that exists too. If you're here for the geeky stuff, here we go. The system on a chip used is MediaTek, with a dual-core CPU, maybe 128MB RAM, and this was not confirmed by Laxcido by the time I completed the video, and 32MB storage. This is more horsepower than the Huawei Watch GT2, so the expectations about performance are getting continuously higher. The component that gave me lots of thoughts is the display, which is covered by plastic. I still don't get why this is not glass. True, glass can be dangerous if broken, but the modern, even basic tempered glass layers, they won't fall apart if broken or cracked. True, the plastic means that Laxcido are staying on the safest side for the kit's safety's sake, but as you can see, this surface can get easily scratched. And in time, these scratches will be getting more and more. But if we leave aside the too plastic nature of the build, which by the way guarantees a remarkable weight of only 40 grams, I think this watch looks good and is built well. Moving on to the software side, if I may use here a reference to the Star Wars movies, the hardware was the bright side, while the software, you get the idea. I'll be very honest up front, the operating system of the watch, which is based on Android, feels a kind of alright at least for scrolling, but the ecosystem and the smartphone app are rather bad. So I very much hope that sooner or later Laxcido will develop their own app and integrate their own services. Let me show you why. Examining the menus, you'll actually be pleased. Colorful display, well responding to touching, swiping and so on. It feels like navigating through the menus of a smartphone. But let's open the Contacts app and look at the list. There's no way to associate them with the photo. That's the first big minus. And we all know that kids can't read well until a certain age. So that kind of menus are not so suitable for kids below 7 or 8 years of age. It will feel rather complicated. There's a Friends Book app, I never really got the concept of that app. There's the camera, which works pretty well. Very interesting is the childhood app. Some added value with the option to create a schedule, and the schedule can be further updated from the smartphone app, and that's good. I was surprised to see Google Translate integration. For chat, there seems to be the WeChat integration. Doesn't feel like the real Chinese WeChat app, and I've verified that the contact doesn't appear in the real WeChat user database. Inside the settings, you can also configure the watch performance. There are controls about brightness, loudness of the speaker, the launcher style, and the watch faces. The torch function is quite an awesome idea, but not so easy to access. Bottom line, there are many features, but some of them are poorly integrated, and generally, while the menus are rich on functions, they lack simplicity. And that's the direction the developers should go in order to keep the youngest customers happy. The smartphone app is, well, I don't comprehend how this app got a score of 4 stars in Google Play Store. I can't say it's horrible, but using it felt like a punishment, especially knowing that I was well used to the Explorer Go app, which is in-house developed and pretty polished. All of the features I tested worked, but the conversation here is similar to the endless argument whether the glass of wine is half full or half empty. Example, the GPS tracking is not real-time, and there are moments where it can be extremely inaccurate. Looks like the GPS doesn't work from time to time, or if it works, maybe it can falsely lock the location. Refreshes happen rather slow, and the app gives back some weird statuses. So I found the tracking info to be in some moments unreliable, and its performance was even worse than the 2G Explorer Go. It was same about the video calls. They work, but the video and the audio can be out of sync or terribly delayed. The phone feature, at least, is problem-free, so is the messaging function.
Hey everybody, it's Michael again, and this is the audio quality test of this 4G Kids Smartwatch. And I think the audio quality of that one is pretty good. Actually, the speaker is very loud. You even have the controls down volume adjustment, and even on a noisy street, you will be able to hear the person you're talking to.
There's the settings menu, where you can define the phone numbers that will be able to talk to your kid, and you can configure some additional things and check for software updates. Needless to say that firmware will hardly get any upgrades. The app was updated in the early days of January this year, but that didn't improve it much. The more we were using this watch, the more we had the opinion that it can be great if some of the functions were off the table and the developers were more focused on less apps. And you have to be patient, especially about the GPS tracking and accuracy. And yes, the watch has a step counter, alarm, options to send photo together with the SOS signal, and that's by the way triggered with pressing and holding the button, supports video calls. On theory, it all sounds fantastic. But in reality, you can see that the software has a key role, and it often happens that good hardware cannot reveal its full potential if proper development is not in place. Still, if you're keen on getting a whole lot of features at a rather good price, the Laxcido 4G is out there, and you may find the link with a discount in the description below the video. Thank you so much for watching this episode on my channel, and I hope you enjoyed it. If that's the case, please hit the like button and subscribe for more cool tech. I'm Michael, and wishing you a fantastic day. Bye!